podcast today with Coach Cam, our new football head coach. First question I have for you: how does it feel to be the new head football coach of CVCS?
It's been a lot of fun. Being a head coach was something that I always wanted to do down the road. As a high school football coach, I just wanted to make sure it was the right opportunity, and so to be able to do it at a place like CVCS, which is very similar to a place like where I went to school at SVC, made it really comfortable. And so so far it's been great. The kids have been great. The school's been great. We're off to a good start, so it's been a lot of fun. It's better than I could have hoped it would have been.
Next question: do you see the CVCS football team going strong this year?
Yeah, so far we've done really well. We've played a couple of pretty good teams. Obviously, our one loss, we played Banning, who is a very, very good team. Had a couple people around school say that it was one of the better teams that we've played in a long time, and so it's a good measuring stick for where our program is. And so so far the kids have been really just answering the call, whatever it is, whoever we're playing, and going into it with the same intensity of every game. And so obviously a big one was St. Margaret's this week, but so far it's been a really good experience. The kids are playing really hard, and I think we're putting ourselves in a good spot before the bye week.
Why did you want to become a geography teacher since you were already the new head football coach? How has that been for you?
It's been awesome. I graduated in college with a degree in history and political science, and so history was always something that I knew I wanted to teach. Contrary to popular belief, just being a coach doesn't pay the bills, and so you have to have another real job on top of that. And so, being able to be in a classroom, teaching history and geography and stuff like that is something that I just love to do. The kids have been really great in my classes, and it's been a really good group of kids, of freshmen that I teach. It's all freshmen, and obviously with advisory and stuff. And so, it's been really cool, just kind of seeing what they know and what we can add on top of that. So it's been a good experience so far.
Is there a lot of stress teaching geography and being a head coach?
Not really, because I taught last year as well as, obviously at another school, but you kind of learn that time management stuff. I think as far as football goes, managing a whole program has been different, but, having the help of our assistant coaches and other people at the school and parents has made my life a lot easier. There's a lot of things that I don't have to manage because they do it for me, and so that's been good. And then same thing with teaching. I'm surrounded by a lot of really great teachers that I can ask questions about, people that have been here for a while. Kind of makes my life easier and figure out what I like to do and all that stuff. So it's been really good.
How is teaching and coaching CVCS different than other schools you have been at?
I think the environment obviously is a little bit different. I've coached at big public schools, at two previous schools, and then, at St. Margaret's, it's a smaller private school. And so I think the environment is different here, where people truly, get to know each other really well. And so when people know each other really well and they know where each other come from, there's more of a sense of community, which I really appreciate. All the kids on our football team have known each other for a long, long time, and if they haven't, it seems like, and same thing at school, there's just a sense of community here that you don't see at a lot of other places.
What attracted you to this particular school and this coaching position here?
I think a couple years ago I was a long-term sub for Miss K, and so that's how I met Coach Bean and a couple other people. And so again, just being a student at a school very similar to this, I know what it's about and kind of some of the great things about it and what it's like. And so the chance to get back here after I had such a great first experience, even though it was a short one, was really intriguing to me. And then, like I said earlier, the opportunity to be a head coach was something that I've always wanted to try out. And so I thought there was no better place to kind of get both of those things done than right here.
What do you see as the biggest challenges facing the team right now going into this next game?
I think for us and any program that doesn't have 80 kids on the roster, it's always going to be just staying healthy. And so obviously we're going into our fifth game now, so this is really the halfway point of the regular season. So staying healthy is always the most critical part of a team's success. And so just making sure that we manage the guys that are a little bit dinged up and make sure that we get guys ready that maybe not have been playing a lot but now need to because of people that are hurt. And so just staying healthy, I think, is always the biggest focus, especially as the year goes on.
What is your approach to building a successful football program here?
I think for the program that we want to build here, we want to build something that the kids are proud of, but also the school is proud of. And so shaping our players to be good people on and off the field, making sure that they do good things when nobody's watching as well as when people are watching, right? And so that they're good role models, that they're good, strong Christ followers and things like that. And so the philosophy behind our football program is together. And so making sure that the only way that we're, making sure that they understand the only way that we're going to achieve these things is together, right? And so all the success that we have is because we're working together. And so, obviously we want to continue to grow the football program, but as far as the kind of person that we want to leave our football program is somebody that is, a good communicator, that's dependable, that's trustworthy, that's honest, and all of those things. That's really the main goal of how we want these kids to leave our program.
Do you have any personal hobbies or interests outside of football that help you unwind from all the stress of coaching?
Yeah. So in the summertime, my wife and I, we like to try to go to, get away somewhere for vacation. So we really enjoy going to Palm Springs and stuff like that. And so, I'm lucky enough to have a lot of family nearby, and as well as my wife. And so, just spending time with those people, it's easy to forget about, just little things like that of spending time with the people that you care about when you get busy. And so trying to make sure that we make time to be around those people. And so obviously, just like everybody else around here, we love going to the beach, and stuff like that. And so I try to golf every summer, and then I get okay at it, and then I lose it during the season, and then it's I have to start myself over. So I would like to get good at golf. That's my number one goal that I'm trying to do.
What are you most excited about in this new head coach role?
I think for me, it's just my chance to kind of form my own program and the kind of the ways that I want, right? And so I've been really fortunate to work for some really, really good head coaches that kind of laid a foundation of what successful programs look like. I think, every head coach that I've worked for has won a state championship. And so not that translates to me, but I've been around people that kind of know what that looks like. And so I've been around them and kind of get a good idea of what I want our program to look like. And so it's just exciting to kind of be able to put my own handprint on what I want this program to look like, even the small things, like what does the summer look like for us, uniforms, little things that nobody really notices, but just a chance to kind of put my own stamp on it and say, that's the program that I'm in charge of, and, something that I take pride in. So that's been a really cool experience so far.
Last question. What message would you like to share with the players and parents and fans as you start this new role here?
Good question. I would say for us, kind of alluding to what I said earlier, was we want to make sure that the people that leave our program are people that our school and their families are proud of, right? And so we use football as our tool to teach these life lessons. And so, of course, our main goal on the field is we want to win every single game. You've been around enough where you hear us say 16, right? 16 games are in a regular season to win a state championship. And so, of course, that's our ultimate goal. But I think more than that, this is a program where we're going to put a heavy emphasis on making sure that we create good people. And so, there's going to be a lot of discipline, a lot of toughness that's built into that, and a lot of tough love that, you get to see every day as you're filming our practices and stuff like that. But my goal is just to make sure that we prepare these guys for the world after school, and give them memories that last with them a lifetime. I'm still, the people I talk to from my high school experiences are people that I played football with, and so just giving them those long-lasting memories that they can cherish and kind of share with their own kids is really important to me. So that's really the biggest thing for me.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming onto this podcast.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Of course.